I'd like to leave you with some thoughts that are deep to my heart and have come through the experience of living and of being an Israelite. I have thought probably as much as any person that thinks. There's a statue of a man who has a pose on his knee with his hand right here. He's called the thinker. If I could describe myself, I'm a thinker. I think and I believe that thinking and the manner in which you think and what you think is so important. We have a proverb. In fact, a man wrote a book called As a Man Thinketh. It's so important to understand that that came out of the book of Proverbs. So we come from a people that not only had thoughts, but we are supposed to have the highest intellectual thoughts that anyone can have on the planet. And I know that thought and character go hand in hand.
Yes, they do.
And so it's with that in mind, character. Because I don't care what you call yourself in a congregation name, whether you wear a turban or don't have a turban on, how many rings you have on your finger is not going to define who you are. You're going to be defined by your character. And that's why it's so important that every Israelite on the planet understands that his character, his image, whether you're a male or a female, you have to continue to build your character and develop yourself into a man and a woman of Yah. That's what this is all about. I don't care how many times you stumble in the Torah, that's not important to me. I don't care if you read it perfectly without making a mistake. That's not going to get you any points with Yah.
That's right. That's right.
It's your character that's going to get you your portion and your circumstance, because character and circumstance also go hand in hand. So therefore, what your condition is in life is based on your thinking, which manifests into some type of action, and then you're going to have a portion or a circumstance in your life. You want to eliminate pain out of your trouble, out of your life, pain and trouble? Eliminate certain things out of your character.
Talk about it.
Because I'm telling you, if you don't get this message, I'm telling you, it's not something that I could have told you when I was 18 or 19. This comes through experience.
That's right.
I'm not telling you or asking you, well, do you agree? You don't have to agree, because I'm telling you facts.
Talk about it. Speak.
Facts is truth.
Speak, Carl.
You don't have to have verification for truth. Truth verifies itself.
Talk about it.
You just live and you'll find out what I'm telling you. If you want to improve your life, and I'm here to stimulate you, because Israel is in bad shape. I mean, I'm sad, and I teach 5th graders on Pitkin Avenue, Bristol, between Pitkin and Southern, 327. Came back in the United States just in September after being out of the country for nearly 3 years. Living in Guyana, South America, running and working all through the Caribbean, where I see students that address the teachers as sir and ma'am. That's how they address them. Don't let me even start to tell you how they address them like 327. It's not shop out language. I mean, I'm telling you, it saddens you when your children don't have character. We don't have no future. And I'm seeing just no future for our people. In fact, if you don't really understand it, it's you that are the future. If you're not going to do this, then we're going to have a very small remnant. You're the only game in town.
Talk about it.
There's no other way back to being a people but to return to the laws and commandments of Yah. And if you're not going to do it, then you might as well eliminate another section of the main garment of Israel. Because only a remnant is going to make it. I hope that I can stimulate your character and strengthen you to try to discover the perception of truth. People make themselves You make you what you are. No one is going to make you. You're going to make yourself by what you think. That's what's going to make you. The virtue of your thoughts that you choose or that you encourage. Because there's music out there to encourage your mind to be everything but a child.
Talk about it.
You have to nurture your mind with the thoughts that are going to help you develop your character. Our children need to listen to this. Because you have to realize that there are all types of thoughts out there, and you can think of any of them and choose any one. The one that you encourage is going to develop your character and your personality. Where you think and how you continue to move, your attitude about life is going to develop a personality and a character. And your character, as my mother and father told me, and many of us know this is true. My mother and father told me, as yours told you, that manners will open up doors that money can't buy.
All day. All day.
Just your attitude, just knowing how to say please, thank you, excuse me.
Holding the door.
And the young men that's here, that's in elementary and middle school, you know what the children are like in school. I feel for you. Because today, when we were going to school, Prince, we used to have like 2 or 3 bad children in school. Now you got 2 good ones and everybody else is not there to learn.
About 95%.
They're not there to learn. They're there to make mischief, make jokes, do anything to disrupt the classroom learning. That's why mothers, fathers, you got to really give your children good words in the morning. Because it takes a lot of strength to be in the public school system. To sit in there and not stray away. I mean, just the training that these Yaladim have here. Look at how they've sat. I walked in and saw our beautiful children downstairs getting the skills in how to just sit and listen. Most of the children in school cannot sit. If they were in here, the princes would be taking them outside and giving them licks upside the head. Because they cannot sit down like this. I mean, the way these young men are and where these children sit here and learn how to listen. Because in life, Yaladim, children, everything starts with listening. Your whole community is called Shema Yisrael. It's founded on what? The ability to hear. Not only just listen to words, but take it in. And meditate on what you hear from the men and women that speak to you. Because if you nourish the words that you're hearing out of these books and out of the writings, it's going to develop a certain character in you. It's going to move you. When you listen to our great brother that spoke to you, the Mufti, and told you today, said that Yah, God is everything. He's telling you the truth. You can't just sit here and hear somebody say that and let it go in one ear and out the other. You have to meditate and feel that.
Internalize that.
Internalize it.
That's right.
And understand that it's true. You're not going anywhere without the Most High. If you got a test, pray before you take it. Whatever you got to do in life, when you walk in these streets, pray before you leave out that door in the morning. Ask the Creator. Pray for your family, for your mother. It develops your character. Pray for yourself. Ask Yah to give you certain characteristics and certain qualities that will make you a good person. You can't be a good person unless you want to be a good person. And let me tell you something, young men. We need good young men. Our sisters, our mothers are suffering. They're in terrible pain because of the fact that we have not nourished good young men. Young boys become men. If you're not going to be a good young man, you're not going to be a great man and a good man when you get older. That's right. You have to develop your character. Character is not developed when you get 21 years of age. It starts at your youth. You're developing into a person right now.
Yes, sir.
Just how you take reprimandment from your parents is developing your character. Some people do the wrong thing, but they don't want anybody to tell them that they're doing it wrong. They can't take correction. Reproof. You start developing that character even at at your young age, when your parents tell you something, how do you take it and how do you deal with it?
Push up your face.
Suck your teeth, man. What they do to us when we sucked our teeth. You'd be like, like this. We wouldn't have our teeth. Stomping your foot, slamming the door. That stuff is not tolerated. First of all, not by parents, but let me tell you something. You have to not want to be like that. Right. See, your parents can want you to not want to be anything until you take the characters and the qualities. It doesn't mean a thing.
Speak on it, Colin.
Your parents want you to be the best that you can be. You'll never get there until you want to be the best.
Yes, sir.
You don't get to be what you are based on your parents' thoughts of what they want you to be. That is not what develops you into a person. You have to think and want to be someone that is honorable. Want to be someone that is respected. Your mind is a mastermind. And you have a mind that weaves. Your mind weaves your inner personality and your inner character. It's like a garment, a weaver. Your mind is just like a piece of apparatus that actually weaves material. The question was asked, what do you think is greater? To have great strength or a great mind? Let me tell you something. The body, the finger, nothing, a toe can't move unless the mind.
That's right.
The mind is the key to your whole existence. Your body, everything in you function based on your mind. To let you know how important it is. To be able to think correctly. Just to be able to develop a mind that allows you to weave your inner self. Your inner self. The wise man knows that his thinking will not only help him to develop his inner self, but it will also develop your outer circumstance. If you think like a thief, you're going to do something eventually that will put you into a position where most of the children, when they get in trouble in school, you know what they say? I didn't do anything. That's the first thing come out their mouth. You could be looking at them, they're talking, throwing papers. You say, stop what you're doing. I'm calling your mother. I didn't do anything.
Condition to lie.
They're in denial. They don't even accept the fact that they did it.
Condition to lie.
You know what? I visit prisons all the time. I've been doing it since I was in my 20s. I used to drive up to Austin and up to Sing Sing to talk to our brothers in the penitentiary. And let me tell you something. Most of the people in jail say, I didn't do it. You got some people who admit that they did it and they own up to it. They usually don't get back again. When they start to acknowledge what they did. Character. So important in life. I'd like to just leave you with a few words that I think are building blocks for character. Honesty.
Yes, sir.
I think that's such an important word for character.
Yes, sir.
I want you to think about honesty because I don't want you to think that COHANE Mikhail is just talking to the children. I'm not. Honesty is not for children only. Honesty is for every individual. And all of us know that if we're talking about building blocks and building character, everybody can become more honest. Starting with myself. You can become more honest than you are. Honest in terms of you deal with people. Honest in terms of your actions with others. Telling the truth. Is there anybody here that never lied? I'm not putting up my hand. I don't see anybody else's hands going up. Is anybody thinks that they have no intentions of lying ever again in life? Therefore, we have what? Room for improvement. That's where we all can grow because that's the challenge. Because just as Chief said, you're going to be put in a testing situation where it's either lie or tell the truth.
That's right. What is going on?
Ish, are you interested in that system? No, I'm not. Are you telling the truth? It's coming around to where we have to realize that this, I said earlier, there are circumstances that come because life is cause and effect. So if you do not tell the truth to that sister, then that means Yah has to reserve something to refine you because you're not ready to go to the next level. How can you develop your character and say that you're going to be made in the image of Yah? First of all, should we be made in the image of Yah?
That's what he said.
Does he lie?
No.
Is that his character?
No.
Is that the character he thinks he wants us to have that represent him to be an Israelite nation of liars?
No.
Dishonest Israelites?
No.
So therefore our challenge is to become that model on the planet Earth that puts these things down to where we can put them under us. One thing I know about telling the truth. You tell the truth, you only can tell it once. You lie, you gotta lie over and over again. So therefore, I'd rather tell the truth. Because it takes strength to tell the truth. Because women's honesty is to accept the fact that you have a culture that's different from other people.
That's right.
You have to be honest in accepting your lifestyle. In fact, let me tell you something, honestly speaking. One of the hardest things to do today for a female is to find a good man. You can find a man easily, but I didn't say a man. I said find a good man. And a good man is not defined by whether the fact that he loves you or thinks only of you.
Speak.
We have to be men and women of truth. Truth is that we have a culture, we have a way of life that we have to understand and that we have to deal with each other in honesty. And we have to try to tell the truth at all times. Children, I used to think when I was young that when you get 21 that you would not have to lie because you'll be an adult. Only children got to lie to get away from the mother. That's not true. Experience has told me that it's always a challenge.
That's right.
You don't get too old so when you grow into telling the truth. It's a development of your character. Caring. I think that's an important word to develop character. Being willing to help other people. Being willing to want to get along with people. We have some beautiful sayings among black people. We say, if you can't do anybody any good, don't do them any harm. Just leave them alone. Just a good quality in life. Caring. If you don't practice caring at home at this age, and learning how to care for your sister and for your mother and for your father and for your grandmother, you can't care for people that are close to you, then you're not going to care for a wife that you met that you just happen to fall in love with and marry.
Right.
You develop your qualities of caring at a young age. You have to learn to have feelings for other people and not be selfish. Many of our women are suffering today because men have grown up only caring about themselves.
Talk about it.
They don't think about the consequence of their actions on other people.
Talk about it.
I said earlier, truth. Truth is something that denial of truth has circumstances. Why are our families in such disarray and why are our families so hurt? Something has to be considered by Israelites. If we are all men and women of Yah, then we should have a lower divorce rate and separation than other people.
That's right. That's right.
Someone has to realize that the character of our women and the character of our men has to be analyzed in another way. We have to make some adjustments and some changes. Because I know one thing. If your thinking doesn't change, your conditions will not. You continue to think the same thing, do the same thing, and expect a different consequence. They call that insanity. Where you do the same thing over and over, but you expect a different outcome. No, you got to change up the thinking, change up the actions. Changing partners don't change your circumstances.
Right?
You got to go about it a different way. Go about it a different way. And that's what Yah gives us. He gives us a chance to say, we all make mistakes. Now what can I do to get this right? I know that being more honest will help every person on the planet. Caring more about others and being considerate of others will only help all of our lives. Because I know one thing, what goes around comes back around. You do something to someone else, and experience tells me it's coming back on you. I believe that if you are not good in any relationship in your life, some other relationship is going to be affected. You don't treat your mother good, then don't expect to have a good marriage.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it.
You're going to get a problem somewhere. It might not be there, but somewhere along the line, you're going to have a problem because you violated the law that says, honor thy mother and thy father.
There you go.
You made Yah your enemy.
That's cause and effect.
Cause and effect. That's all it is. So that's why every relationship counts. You could say, well, okay, I don't like this brother because he's not a chief. The chief not for you, okay. You're going to have a problem someplace else with somebody because you're violating a child of Yah.
That's right.
Everybody counts. Everybody's somebody. You have to respect. We don't have a license to disrespect one another.
That's right.
And discriminate against which Israelite is the one we like. Oh, he's been in law a long time. He's okay. They all stand for him. I'm not looking at no brother. They don't stand. They don't rise up for you. You don't get no shalom out of them. What kind of character is that? What kind of personality is that? Would y'all love that in any of us? No. We cannot have that. That's why the next word that I come to is humility. And I love this word. Humility. If I ever wanted to be someone, it's a humble person. Don't look down on others. Don't think that you're better than nobody else. What makes us better than someone else? I know Solomon said, the rich and the poor all go to the same place.
All day.
Everybody. The graveyard, they don't have a graveyard for the rich and the poor. The ground opens a mouth for everybody.
The rich and the poor.
These things are just so simple to understand that you could be here today and gone tomorrow. Humility. Knowing that we're so vulnerable to anything. It's important. I want to end out with just the last 3 words. Humility comes from a word in Hebrew called ani. The word ani, which means spelled ayin, nun, yod. It's really the same word for poor. See, when you're humble, you don't think you're rich and big and bad. You feel like a poor person. Poor people, they don't act like they are so proud and over again bearing and respected others. You learn to yield to others in your personality and in life. Give way. It's better to get out of an argument than to stay in it.
Talk about it.
See, some people like arguing. In fact, they just don't even care what the topic is. We don't have to be talking about it. As long as I'm arguing. We might have gotten off course with what we was even talking about. That doesn't matter. As long as we just keep talking and arguing. Contention and strife.
No good.
Man, learn how to get rid of that stuff out your life. Man, stress can kill you.
Yeah, stress kills.
Yep. Man, I like to keep peace. Keep a peaceful life. Learn how to get to the point and move on. Some people don't want to move on. Let's just keep arguing. That stuff is not the way of Yah. Yah is about peace. Why do you think we say shalom all the time? Our fathers love shalom. They want peace in their life, man. That's what everybody's wanting. But you have to work for it. It's part of your character that gets you peace. Being humble will get you more peace in your life. Being patient also. Being able to wait your turn calmly. It's like if we all try to rush out of here, we're going to have somebody's getting hurt. We have to learn how to be patient in life. Sometimes you're in a situation that you wanted to change too quick. You got to wait on Yah. I always think of patience as being a patient. See, when you're sick in the hospital, you might want to go home.
But you can't.
With all them tools in you, you got to just wait it out. That's why they call them a patient. Because patients have to wait. You got to be patient. You got to be patient. Now, if you can't be patient without the tools, maybe getting the tools will help you.
You're going to end up with some tools.
You're going to end up with some tools. Learn how to take life slow and easy. Don't be in such a rush. It's hard to do. It's even harder to do it in New York.
Think about it.
That's why you have to develop an inner personality where you're calm inside.
Okay.
See, the children in school, and I have my sister there, Chief Nafti Isha, she knows. The children in school are hyper. That's the word we use for them. They eat candy.
Yeah.
So that candy like just keeps the man, I mean, they just on, they can't stop talking, they can't stop moving. You gotta learn how to calm yourself down. Calm yourself down. That's what sisters need to practice. Calming yourself down. Getting some of that emotional stuff under control. No, it's really hard. Everybody needs it. But one thing we gotta know about life, I said truth. See, one thing, men and women are different.
Talk about it. Speak.
And women have to understand themselves as much as men understand themselves.
Okay.
If you're an emotional being, then you have to understand that and accept that.
Talk about it.
And emotion is needed. Brothers need emotion. We need people with emotion. That's why you're our other half. But you can't be emotional all the time.
You got to be able to control it.
That's why it has to have control. That's why he has qualities that he must also give you. We balance each other.
That's right.
I want to end out with the last two. Speaking about brothers and sisters, cooperation.
Right.
Working together with other people. Now this will help the whole nation. Because cooperation is needed. I mean, everywhere. You got to learn how to get along with people. I don't know if they have it on the report card, but I do because I do marketing. But now you don't give too many checks out. They had a thing called get along well with others.
Yeah. That's right.
We hardly ever get to check that box off because they're in the conduct box and X and F, so you don't get the, but getting along well with other people. Most people think that getting along well with other people have to do with how they are. I get along with good people. I get along with nice people. You got to learn to get along with everybody. No matter how they are, you got to, that's what makes you develop your personality. When you can get along with anybody.
Yeah, there you go.
You see a fool, you know you keep quiet.
That's it.
You don't talk too much around here. Because if you keep talking around here, you just get him talking more foolish stuff. That's what it is. You got to know how to do it. If you ever find a person who's got a temper, you got to keep yours under control. They get angry, you just blow your thing down. Bring them down. You got to know how to deal with people. That's how it is. You get a person that's nasty, be nice. That's how you counter it. That's what allows you. See, once you do it Yahweh, he gives you power.
Oh, yeah.
He makes you rule over them. He gives you the spiritual power to control the circumstances. People don't understand spirituality. Now you say, come and get spooky now.
Talk about it.
I'm telling you how Yah is spirit.
That's right. Spirituality. That's right.
So the more you have, the more your spirit is in the vein of Yah's spirit, you control. That's what gives you the power.
Speak about that word.
That's how you control the sickest circumstances in life. Because Yah empowers you when you do it the right way. He gives you spiritual power. He said, not by might, nor by power, but what? By my spirit. You got to get his spirit on you. And know how to get it. These are the qualities that get it. Having courage. Because being humble don't mean you're a coward.
There you go.
You got to have courage. The ability to stand up for what you believe in. But see, people think that he said the word is right. standing up for what's right takes a lot of courage. Doing what's right takes a lot of courage. You're in an argument with someone and you know you're wrong. It takes courage to say, I'm sorry, speak up, to humble yourself. That's why men and women, men have to have their control and know how to speak to their women. Have the courage to know that it's not being your physical, intimidating physique that makes you the man. It's your intellect that makes you the man. That you speaks righteousness to her mind. Then you get the power from Yah that puts you in control. Brothers and sisters, I hope that something that I've said stimulates you.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I haven't come here to put you down, but to hopefully say something that can help you help yourself with yourself.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I can't do it for you. I'm working on my character.
Okay.
Every one of us has to work and build his or her own character. And character is everything. Character is who you really are.
Okay.
Who you really are is what you think, and based on what you think and how you develop those thoughts. And one thing I can tell you, you can change your character because you can change what?
Your mind.
Change your mind, change your character. May the Most High bless you
Hallelujah.
and give you the qualities and the words and all the things that are in this book to tell us how to arrive at that character that carves us and weaves us in the image of the Holy One of Israel. To all of my brothers, I love every one of you. I love you greatly. Every time I see you, it's a pleasure being here in your midst. To my family there, brothers and sisters who are here in the community each and every week, those who are just here for today. May Yah bless you, be with you, continue to watch over you, and again, continue to keep you at peace and under his countenance. Again, on this Holy Shabbat day, as I travel and leave the country to Guyana, remember the family that I told you about, our brother from Jamaica. Prayer has power. May Yah hear your prayers, answer them, and may he bless you all on this Shabbat day. Toda Rabbah for a warm welcome and homecoming once again to be back in the midst of my family. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.